will I have any chance of successfully making this video? If I'm a little bit tired, will I be able to maintain my composure, etc.? Can I even come up with other questions that I must do every single video that I have? I may or I may not answer these more questions when we take a look, perhaps a good look, I'd say, at the second part of Steam Summer Sale 2025. Great games with unbeatable deals. Once again, we're back. Hello. If this is your first video of me that you're watching, hi, welcome. My name is Felipe Pereira Sibioni. This is the FPS Factor. Stay for a while. I'm about to give you a gift of discount. Very good discount, 90% or more for these wonderful games that I'm about to recommend to you guys. I have made the part 1, but you don't necessarily need to watch it first. I do recommend it that watch for you to, get to know games that you might not have known otherwise, or that you know but didn't know was this deeply discounted. So let's just head into it. First, we have One Piece World Seeker. It's an open world adventure game. It is in a new location, I believe. It's not part of the main story. It's as if it's a filler story from One Piece. If you know One Piece, you basically know what you're getting into. If you don't, I recommend you not to start with this. Just go, as I said in the last video, go read the manga, go watch the anime. Also, you might be asking, we had 2 One Piece recommendations in the last video, why not put this one together with those ones? It has a fairly simple explanation. After I recorded that video, I found this wonderful straw hat. Look at it. It's Luffy's. My head's a little big, so it doesn't fit as well. My head's fairly large. I'll do my best to put it while talking about this game. The visuals are incredible. As you guys saw, you play basically as Luffy alone. You have freedom to go all about. You're basically just a better Spider-Man that fights anime style. I'd say it's an improvement. This one, let's see here. I didn't play the sound, but let's play the sound a little bit for you guys to hear. I will have a game that I absolutely cannot play the sound at all because it's very licensed with a music that will for sure strike me. But since I'm not a big channel, I still don't have revenue based on views, so I don't know. Anyway, this one is 90% off. Its price $5.99. Here you'll see the price in reais, 25 reais, because I'm Brazilian, so my Steam store is always in reais. Anyway, check this game out. Next we have, let's take it off, it's a little hard on the head. Next up, Shadow Warrior. This one is actually a remake of the original game from 1997. The original game is from 1997. This one, 2013. It's a first-person shooter a la Doom. or such stuff. Pretty nice, good visuals for the time, at least in a time where shooters, first person especially, were mostly brown. This one stand out from the crowd. Nowadays we have all sorts of shooters. They're called boomer shooters, if I'm not mistaken, because not because boomers played them necessarily, but because boomers made them. That's what I would say is the case. This is a pretty good game. It is also 90% off, but this one is $2.99. Pretty nice, basically half price from the One Piece game. I wholeheartedly recommend it. It is a trilogy, actually, but it's only discounted 50%, so I still don't have the third one. I have the second one. Anyway, moving on. Blasphemous. This is a bloody game. This is a very hard game. It is a Metroidvania. It is 2D, but its combat is slow, methodic, just like the well-known now Souls-like genre. Up to this point, oh, there we go. Finally, we have fights. Everyone moves a little bit slowly. Everything's a little. It is very bloody. It is very gory. It is inspired in Spanish Christianity, but not the good parts of it. As you can see, the imagery is not for the faint of heart. Also, the gameplay is not for the faint of fingers. This one is $2.49. I think I noticed here that this one is more expensive. Let's check it out. Let's see here. Yeah, this one is $8.99 and this one is $13.39. But in the United States, Shadow Warrior is $2.99 and Blasphemous is $2.49. So our price is flipped. Also, this is more than 50%. More than 9, almost, yeah, basically 50%. Almost there. Yeah, kinda scummy, but okay. What can you do? Every country has its perks of conversion of currency, etc. But you guys are probably watching me from the US, so this one is $2.49 for you guys. Very, very cheap. The second one is out, but it's still 50% off. So get the first one, play it, beat it, then you can worry about getting the second. Next up, Jenga Force. I talked about the Natsuki Chronicles last video. That was a horizontal shmup. This one is a classic vertical shmup. Somewhat cinematic. 3D, very basic 3D I'd say, but you can see very well the bullets. You can differentiate them very well from the background. There is very important in any self-respecting shmup. I think this is well worth the price. Also, this music is... I love it very much. I love anime music, I love games music. I even plan to do a ranking of all the albums I have for game music. Perhaps next week or the other one. Perhaps it's gonna be a lot of work, yeah. I'll put it on my videos waiting list. Anyway, this one is 95% off, so unbeatable. As I said, price 99 cents to 99 here. You have a couple of collections that include this game. You have this one with Counter Attack. It's a horizontal shmup. And this one, which is with Natsuki Chronicles. So, I got them both. Natsuki Chronicles I talked about on last video, 95% off too. It was also 99 cents. Perhaps, I can't see here, but you may even get a discount by buying both of them. So it could come up to less than $6, less than $2 for the both of them. A pretty good deal, I'd say. Next up, Tower Hunter Erza's Trial. I want to say Elsa. Erza. That's her name, but I want to say Elsa with all my heart. Anyway, this is a 2D, perhaps Metroidvania, perhaps roguelike. Not roguelike, but roguelite. There's a difference. Very bright. Even in the dark here, the light sources are very, very bright. Oh, let's turn up the bloom. Oh. 3D on a 2D plane. This is somewhat reminiscent, for me at least, of I was going to say Bloodborne. Oh, what's the other game? Let's check here. With blood on its name. Bloodstained. There we go. Ritual of the Night. That one is a Metroidvania derived from the same creator of Castlevania Symphony of the Night. So it's more or less the same game, but reimagined. This one reminds me a bit of that, perhaps. There's an inspiration there. 2019. Yeah. This game already have a sequel, actually. But first get this one. If you want to get any of those two. This one is at 92%, $1.43. Very nice price. It is review mixed recently, but most of the reviews rate it positively. I don't know what might happen. Power scaling is not good, get good, I'd say. Movements are awkward. Skip this and get Erza's Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune instead, the sequel. Yeah. It's good to know that the sequel improves on the original game. I'd say get this one first, play it even for a little bit, then play the sequel, and you will appreciate the sequel even more because you know what's improved from the original. This is the method I use. Don't play games out of order, kids. It's bad for your mental health. Next up, a classic Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. 3 games for the price of one. Yeah, it's a great collection of games. You could simply pirate the original games, yeah, but this one is Let's check here. $3.99. It's not a lot of money for you to have on your account. You do have achievements. You do have. I was going to say you do have cards. Do we have cards? Yeah, we have Steam trading cards. You know, updated graphics, perhaps even better hit detection and such stuff. I heard some questionable things about it. I actually never played Crash. I was more of a N64 kid than a PlayStation. I did have a PlayStation 1, but I was mainly interested in RPGs at the time. So I played Final Fantasy VI on the Super Nintendo, and Chrono Trigger, but I replayed them on the PlayStation 1 in that bundle, and they have those gorgeous enemy cutscenes. Brave Fencer, Musashi, Harvest Moon, lots of other games. I talked about this one in another video, Thousand Arms. I love Thousand Arms. I really want it to come to Steam. Whoever make it, whoever has the right, if you're listening to this, port or remake Thousand Arms for the PC, please. Anyway, I'm not too keen on Microsoft. If you don't know, Activision is part of Microsoft because of their business practices, because they usually charge a lot for the games, but in this specific case it's 90% off, so it's on par with the others. So I am going to recommend it. Spyro is less than 90%, so I'm not recommending it on this video. Perhaps I'll do a 80 to 90% video for Wednesday. Let's see. Next up, if you want to get one game from this video today, get this one. Receipt An Item Shop's Tale. It is the seminal shopkeeper experience. Lower my prices, get out of my store. This one is fantastic. One of the great games that you have on Steam. It is, as you can see here, overwhelmingly positive. You have two types of gameplay. One is the shop. Capitalism whole indeed. You put items for sale, you can go buy items, come back, put them on display on your shop. People will come by, they'll try to haggle with you. If you set the price too high, you talk to the person, they ask your the item price, and you give it to them. Here you can see base price is 800. She's trying to sell for 1600. He'll probably ask you to lower the price a little bit. Don't do it. Instead, set the price lower from the start. Like this is 200 of base price. Try 16 to 110 instead percent. It will be a much better use of your time. Also, you have the adventure part, in which this is basically to the Zelda. It's top-down action RPG of very good quality. It is one of those dodging games, as people say. It's not dungeon crawler. Dungeon crawler, that's when you go to the front and you turn around, you fill the map, etc. I don't like this system of tags that Steam has right now, and as I said last video, I do have the solution for it. Watch my other video fixing or how to fix the Steam store. Watch all my other stuff. So this one has the best discount of all time for this game. It is at 90% off. It costs $199. Also, if you must these two other games from, if I'm not mistaken, they're from the same developer. At least they use the same engine. They're very good too. Yeah, the developer, it's easy. Yeah, they're all from the same publisher at least. So it's these three games. Chantalize is also fantastic. I already recommended it, if I'm not mistaken, on another video. Yeah, I recommended it already. I have a master list for this kind of thing. Otherwise, I'd be repeating the same game recommendations every video. Oh, buy Recettear, buy Ciactro stuff. If you don't know who Ciactro is, let me show real quick. Once again, Ciactro. It's the guy from Tori, the Tori series, Super QE, Beanie, and Macbeth. The main game that he has is Tori. It's on the fourth game. The fourth game is coming. It is a small 3D platformer with low polygraphics. That's what Sonic should have been when transitioned to 3D. I have a video where I talk all about this game. It's called A Good Look at 3D. It's from A Good Look at series of videos where I talk in detail about all aspects of the game, the graphics, sound, story, and characters, locations, gameplay, etc. Check it out too. And check it out, this developer Ciactro. It's one of the best. But you're here today for the big discounts. So next up, Giga Wrecker. If I could point you guys to a detail, you can see here the developer is Game Freak. Yeah, that Game Freak from Pokemon. They do develop other games. As this one is a 2D puzzle platformer. It does not say puzzle here, but as you can see, you can use a transforming weapon to use the environment to solve puzzles and traverse it and defeat enemies, etc. Seems like a good time to play it, but just looking at it makes me want to play it. It is on my waiting list. This one is 94% off, a very good discount. The price is $119, so basically you can even get it with the soundtrack. It doesn't, yeah, it raises that much, but probably $2. $1 for a soundtrack is not that much. Next up, Fight Night. This one is a dungeon crawler. That one wasn't. This is a dungeon crawler, first person. You have your weapons out. In this case, in case of Fight Night, it's his fists. So he fisticuffs with enemies. As you can see here, it's much more frenetic than other dungeon crawlers. It has a unique art style. It seems to be very good. You punch to talk to people. This one is 91% off. It is 179. Very, very, very nice. I love it. Next up, Toki, a classic from the Mega Drive and Super Nintendo era. I don't remember where I played. It was one of the two. I had both of them at one, then the other. I don't remember in which one I played it. But this one is not a remake, it's a sequel. Yeah, as it says here, Toki sets off on a new adventure. The gameplay seems to remain intact from the time, but the graphics and especially the art style seems to be leaning much more towards the wacky adventures. Look at how silly and goofy we are. I'm not joking on this vibe. You know, this one is much closer to the original style. Yeah, he didn't used to be this silly in the first game, but I'm gonna try it out. Toki is at 90% off, costing $199. Pretty nice, pretty good. There are other games in the same vein here. Joe and Mac, perhaps they're the same developer. Microids, let's check it out real quick. Yeah, at least the publisher is Microids. But this one is mixed. Oh no. Yeah, these guys all, when developing games, most of Westerns, they don't like eagerness. You must either be sarcastic or you must be silly. I don't know why they don't think like the rest of the world. You can be earnest about stuff. Perhaps this is why lots of gaming journalists hate anime, because anime is much more earnest with their stories and characters, except for when they aren't, of course. People in Japan do know sarcasm and parody. They exist. Also comedy. But I don't like how everything must be wacky. Whoa, 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 whoa. You can't be serious. I don't like this. Next up, well, you can be serious in a story like this, for example. Middle-earth. First, let's come here. Middle-earth Shadow of War. This one is the sequel. The first one is Shadow of Mordor. It's a 3D beat 'em up. Open world, very open world, in which you have the Nemesis system with dynamic enemies that remember if they kill you, if you kill them and they came back, if you beat them up and they run away, if you humiliate them, some things like that. And they have a reactive dialogue. Very cool. Basically, if I am to be honest, and as I already said it in another video where I predicted the future of voice actors, this is basically the path forward with characters. They're gonna be made by AI. Actually, they're just gonna take the characters. Oh, he's this character, he has this type of story, he's gonna react to you dynamically, no set dialogue. They will be given, probably trained with a set of dialogues as examples, but they will react on their own, and this is a wonderful system. It is a shame that Warner Brothers patented the Nemesis system so nobody else can use it. It is an absurd. There should be no patent for gameplay systems. They only stifle creativity. Same thing with Nintendo patenting gameplay systems that they have that Palworld is using. The thing is, they filed those after Palworld was released. It is an absurd. It is mind-boggling. It is ridiculous. I hate it so much. Let's make a campaign to end patent, especially gameplay patent in video games. I'll make a video on it another day. Meanwhile, to play this game, you pay 90% less than the original price. You pay $4.99, but I was already on that page. You have here the first game, Shadow of Mordor, is not discounted 90%. It is 80, as you can see here, 80%. But we have the Shadow Bundle. Ooh. The Shadow Bundle contains both games. Game of the Year edition, meaning it's probably all the DLC or something like that, or most DLC. Yeah, I'm not sure if it contains everything, but if you have the base game here, in this case, it's okay already. The only one game costs $5, it's $4.99 at 90% off, but both of them cost $6.99. So for $2 more, you get the first and the second game. It is a much better deal. Start with the first one, then play the second. Obviously. This is a story-heavy game. Let me explain something else. It's set in the Middle-earth universe from Tolkien, if you don't know. It is a kind of stealth game, you play basically as a medieval Batman. You can jump on enemies. In this case, they are orcs. Let's see if I can find one better video here. Very cinematic, but you control basically 90% of the gameplay that's happening. It is very, very nice. I completed actually both of them 100%. I like it. And finally, the last normal recommendation list. It's for Indie Mixtape. I thought it was gonna be like Pureia, where you have loads of mini games that you alternate between in a single game, but no. This is actually 5 small games that you have. You start up in a menu, you choose your game, enter it, and play it. That's it. You have this Roguevania, as they say. It's Metroidvania with roguelite elements, where you must shoot an arrow to light up your path, but you have limited ammo. And if you just fall down the way, you have no way of seeing anything, so be smart with your arrows. You have this one, it's a 2D shooter. Shoot up all the targets, go to the next stage. rinse and repeat. You have this jousting game, but it's more like a space shooter, because you move as if you moved in that very old asteroid game. You move 10 controls up from top down view. You have this puzzle game that you roll a block, a cube, but the word is repeated, so it's a puzzle like that. And finally we have a visual novel with birds. That's it. That's the premise. It's a visual novel, murder mystery. Perhaps it was a group of crows that committed it. So this is, I think it's an owl. A detective is on the case. Oh, it's actually not a murder, probably. It's something else. I won't spoil anything about. It's a noir detective story. You know the drill, but with a bird. So these are 5 games in one package. On their own, they will not be enough. But here, I'd say they are, especially for this price. It's 99 cents at 90% off. Actually, I have a series that is the Great Backlog Cleansing, where I play games for the first time on camera. I roll on the RNG to choose a game from my backlog and play for a while to see if I like it or not. I got this game, played all of them, had an hour of recording, then I closed it. Okay, let's check our recording. And I forgot to turn on my camera. By then I was done with the game. I was content to have played what I played. But I'll let bygones be bygones. Or something like that, I don't remember. This is it for the normal list. Here's a cute anime girl, as always. Now for the second part of the video. It is what's on my cart. Ooh, let's take a peek. Today we have Ghostbusters, the video game remastered, Hellskate, Cotton Reboot, Curse Crackers for Whom the Bell Toils, Bell, Another Bell, Boomerang, Inked, A Tale of Love, Shogunaria, Stencil, Blaster Master, Angel's Gear, Orbo's Odyssey, Alchemist's Castle, and Outwave soundtrack. Not the game, just the soundtrack. I will talk about this one first. It is last here, but let's go to it. Because this is the latest the Great Backlog Cleansing episode that I released for a single game. It's this one. It is a nice game. It's a driving game in third person. You can change it to first person. I don't recommend it very much. It is a simple game with a small map. You just run around, cops chase you, you must not hit either a wall or the cops. You take damage and die. Fairly simple game, but the aesthetic, this vaporwave aesthetic, I love it so much. And especially the soundtrack. The soundtrack is 80s goodness. It's let's put on the game for you guys to listen a bit. Outwave, Retro Chase. I don't remember the name of this style of music, but it is so good. I love it so much. So I'm getting the album. Okay, that's enough. Let's talk about the games themselves. First, Ghostbusters. This is the one I'm not gonna play because they might even try to take the video down because of it. I ain't a mad dog like them, like their publisher. So I'm not gonna play the sound. So basically this is a third person action game where you go around busting ghosts. After all, busting makes you feel good. This is a licensed game that actually went away from Steam. It was pulled from the store. Now it's back. It was on my wishing list for a very, very long time. I think it was 2013, 14. Then it got pulled out. Then they re-released it. They remastered it. Right now it is at 68%. Almost nice. So just perhaps I'll just get it. Perhaps I'll wait for a bigger discount because I can see that they did indeed have a bigger discount. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pass up on this one. No, not take out wish list. I'll just take it out from the shopping cart. Let's not buy this one today. But it is high on my wish list, actually. So, next up, which is now the first up, Hellskate. You go around skating while battling. You are a fallen angel. I guess by the wings or something like that. Or perhaps a crow. So the bosses all skate around. It's very 90s, very nice. Let's put on the music to play. Yeah, there's hip hop, not my kind of thing, but the gameplay is action roguelite. As I said before, not roguelike, but roguelite. Yeah, seems to be very nice. You have to skate while you take care of enemies and rescue people, etc. I think. Perhaps I'm imagining it. This is why you don't record while you are sleepy. I'm starting to imagine almost dreaming what the game is about. Pretty nice discount, 75% off. It's almost the minimum. I wish to go like 65%. I don't usually buy games at 50% unless it's a cheap enough game. Next up, another horizontal shmup, Cotton Reboot. One of those arcade-like experiences. I love it so much. Look at this style. There's nothing too much to say about shmups. They're shmups, that's it. 80%, it's a good price. Next up, Cursed Crackers. This is from the same developers of a game that I talked about in the last video, Prodigal. That game is 90% off. go get it too. That one is an RPG with a heavy story focus. Also, the dungeon part is very, very, very puzzle focused. Now we have to the game. We can focus a little bit more on the control, on the combat, but it's mostly platformer, as you can see. Apparently the soundtrack is good because it says soundtrack. It has one. Okay. Actually, I think I have this one with the soundtrack on. Let's check it out. I forgot. No, just the main game. Okay, next up, the other Bell Boomerang. It is a more faithful NES game. You have a limited color palette, but the details are better than the Super Nintendo, what it could offer. It seems to be a very nice game. This one, I love this kind of game. This one is also 75% off. It's probably like $2 or $3. Nothing much. I also have Inked. Very unique art style. It's an isometric game. Adventure indie puzzle. Does it have combat? Probably not. It's just a puzzler. Yeah, solve 60 puzzles. Yeah, it's a puzzle game. With a pen on paper style game. Seems to be very nice. Did I say the price? There it is. 70% off. There we go. Next up, Shogunaria. To the Zelda. Once again. Let's just put here. Oh, you have 4 playable characters. Now it's my pet peeve. Hayato the Ninja. Look at his armor. He's obviously a samurai. Also look at the next one. Ken, samurai. This is obviously the ninja. They switched the two of them. Why would they do that? Anyway, it's a cheap enough game. It's 60% off. Check your original price. Next up, a 90% off game. Ooh. Stencil. It is another Souls-like game, but this time in a 3D plane. Nothing too much to say about it. Gorgeous graphics. The music seems to fit also well, just like the other Souls games. Sorry. Just like other Souls games do. This one is 90% off, so you can just get it to check it out. It is mixed though. Check the reviews. Next up, if you played Super Smash Bros. Brawl, you know the coin launcher minigame. You launch coins trying to grab stuff. This game seems to be inspired by it. But here you fight bosses instead. Seems to be very nice. It is 80% off. I will check it out, of course. Down to the last 3, we have Angel's Gear, another Metroidvania. I'm a huge Metroidvania fan. Detailed graphics, but a more gothic style, perhaps, I'd say. Some body horror elements or something like that. seems like you can transform in this game. Also switch between angel and demon mode. Okay. I am at my wit's end here. So this one, 90% off. Check it out. The music seems very nice too. Now, Orbo's Odyssey, the other game that reminds me of Sonic, but it's the other end of the spectrum. In this game you go fast. It is mostly comedy based. Seems like you have a big world to explore, so it's already better than Sonic once again. What can you do? Sega really dropped the ball with Sonic when they tried to implement 3D. Anyway, this is the least discount that I'm willing to accept in this case because the game is so cheap. It was $4, now it's 2. No, it was R$5, now it's 2. Probably it was like $1.50, now it's 75 cents. Or something like that. Anyway, to get Orbo's Odyssey. And finally we have Alchemist Castle. This one is even cheaper. It is a small Metroidvania, seems like. The character moves like a... Let me take off a little bit of the sound. The character moves like Prince of Persia, like motion capture, old motion captured image. It is mostly a Metroid platformer with puzzle elements, especially of the block pushing kind, perhaps. Anyway, this seems like a good game. It is 30% off. As I said, I just said that at 50 was my minimum, but it's actually 30. If the game is cheap enough, sure, why not? Anyway, I'm very tired. It is way past midnight. It's 30 minutes past midnight. So just go. Thank you all so very much for watching. I'll probably do another one on Wednesday. Now it's Wednesday actually. So subscribe, bell, like the video, share with friends, comment down below, you know, stuff. Do YouTube stuff. And thank you so very much for sticking with me on the first video, on the second video, and perhaps other videos. I might wait for you. Thank you so very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time, or rather you see me. Thank you. Bye bye.